It's been a whole entire year since my last makeup tutorial, and a friend of mine messaged me and said, "Hey, you need to do this." But because I'm a total klutz, I was not gonna put safety pins on my face. So instead, I decided to sew my face. So, if you want to know how to recreate this look, stay tuned and let's get started. You are going to need latex, tissue paper, thread, needle, scissors, and a container to pour in the latex. Let's open up Mr. Latex and pour in your container. Grab something to apply the latex. I'm using this cheap paintbrush, and make sure that your area is clean before you begin. Dip your brush into the latex and make the outline of the shape you want to do. For this look, I am doing the mouth, so once you complete outlining, just fill in with latex. Next, get your tissue paper. If you have a 2-ply, make it 1-ply by separating them, and just apply one over the wet latex. I use this cotton pad to pat down the paper. Next, you want to add more latex on top of the paper to wet the paper so it's easier to remove without any problem. Next, you want to repeat the same steps for multiple layers. For this prosthetic, I used about 7 to 8 layers. Lastly, apply one last coat of latex and let it dry. If you want to speed up the drying process, just use the hair dryer to do so. Once it's dry, get some translucent powder, a powder pad, and a brush to set the prosthetic so it doesn't stick to itself and it's easier to peel off. I'm using the pad because my powder is in this tiny little bottle. Next, go to an edge and just peel the prosthetic like so. And there you have a new mouth. Get your scissors and begin to cut a slit from the middle of the mouth to both ends. Just make sure you don't cut all the way. To make the slit wider, just make the cuts a little bit wider to make the mouth look wider. That's a lot of widers. Now we get our thread and needle and get a long strand of thread, then fold it into parts. I folded mine into 5 and that made it thicker, and when the latex dries it will look like leather. When the thread is completely dry, just get your powder and set it so it doesn't stick to itself. Now put the thread through the needle and just sew up the prosthetic. You can do any type of stitch. I just did some random ones because the killer wanted to sew my face, so he won't care if I look pretty or not. Now that you're done, you have the ends. Just glue those up with latex and blow dry, set with powder, and you're ready to apply. If you got a moustache or peach fuzz and you don't want to feel pain to remove the prosthetic, just use some Vaseline. Next, place the prosthetic where it's going to go and make dots where the face ends. Then just shade that in black, and for that I'm using Ben Nye Aqua Paint in Licorice Black from point to point, making it thick and applying it to the lips as well. Then go back with the latex and apply that over the black edge so you can apply the prosthetic. Apply the prosthetic and move it around until you find it comfortable and it looks good. Then go back to any flappy spots and latex them down. Then go over the whole entire outline of the prosthetic so you can make it blend into your face. Air blow dry and just make some faces on the way. Lastly, set with powder. For foundation, I'm using Ben Nye's Chintzy Ivory to make me look super pale because we are locked up in some basement and we is hungry because we can't eat. Apply it all over the face and then just go back with the black and darken any spots that don't look blacked out. I then moved on to the Ben Nye Bruise Wheel and starting off with this purple to add some bruising because like hello, somebody just froze your mouth split and sewed it back up. I went ahead and added to a lower and upper lip and then went around the seam to blend it in with my real skin. I know I look like the Joker, but that will change. Now I'm going in with this brown and same thing I did with purple on the lips and around the whole entire prosthetic. Now we're moving to the red. The red is going to be like a beauty blender because we're putting it all over the prosthetic and mixing it in with the brown and purple to give it depth and definition. I'm using this Ben Nye eyeshadow in rich brown and contouring my face to look bony cause we hungry even though my round fat self still looks fat. Let's pretend I'm not, okay? Put it all over the cheeks to make them look sunken in and go to the temples and under your eye area cause we tired too. Bruise up your nose cause you got hit too. And last and most fun step, blood. Get a brush and apply the blood where it drips from your nose and then apply it all over your face and prosthetic and you are done. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and in the comments down below, tell me if there is any special effects makeup tutorial you would like me to do. And just remember that there's going to be another video posted up on Friday, so stay tuned for Friday, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye! I thought that I've been hurt before, but no one's ever left me quite this soul. Your words get deeper